Good evening, Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer daily race. We're doing something a little bit different today, kind of a hybrid between a regular open race and a mystery mode, which is called Open Random Crystals. So it's exactly Open 7-7, all the same settings, except that instead of the 7 and the 7 for GT and Ganon, it's going to be some random number that the runners will have to figure out, but that's the only mystery setting here. Speaking of runners, we've got a great restream here of 4 of them. We have Asder, GFE, Koi, and Taco, all longtime runners, familiar names in the community. Meanwhile, I'm Drosy. I'm here with Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. Not sure if he's joined yet. Are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just in time. Just in time for the Flute and Link's house and the Red Meringue and Sank.
Hey, we get the best meringue. Heck yeah.
Fighting words.
I will die on that mountain.
Okay, so Blue Pendant in Desert and regular crystals in Eastern and Hera.
Well, I guess that kind of kills my hopes of there being something fire locked on Ped. I mean, there still could be, but I was kidding around earlier. Get fire rod on Ped and lamp hidden behind somewhere like that.
Yeah, but of course you'll need one of them for Desert if you have to pull Ped. But we don't even know how long this seed's going to be. For all we know, we get to the Dark World and, oh, it's 0-0. That's incredibly unlikely, but it's possible.
That is the fun of the random crystal setting. We could end up getting something like that, 0-0. We could be getting a, 0 GT and a 7 Ganon.
Yeah, and also worth noting, since this is defeat Ganon, you need to beat GT to open the hole. So basically, whichever number is higher is going to be the limit for Ganon.
Yeah, the fun ones are when you end up getting like a 0 Ganon, but then a 7 GT, and it's like, well, that's kind of useless.
Yeah.
Getting a good start on those ruby crabs, though. It's always nice to find a big 20 on those.
And requiring GT does mean we will need to get the mitts regardless of anything.
Yep, gotta hike up that mountain. Can't do it without the mitts. And wisely enough, it doesn't look like any of our players here are going to do the CAC delay. Starting with that flute, that's obviously yeah, no-brainer. You go activate that dude as quick as you can.
Yeah, always nice to find that early, getting around the map quickly. As we find our first sword in Blind's Hut. Of course, again, regardless of anything, we will need at least a Master Sword and a Fire Source for defeating Ganon.
We'll see how nice this seed is going to be if we get super early access in Dark World and then find mitts right after. We might be able to get up to GT pretty quick if it's going to be, low crystal requirement. Now that looks like it's going to be fun. We got ourselves the Quake Medallion and the Canis of Maria in the well. Not going to do anything right now, but that could be helpful a little bit later.
So yeah, Kane's an interesting one because it's entirely possible we don't need it, depending on pendants and the crystal requirements. But it's always nice to have as a weapon, and of course, it helps with some fun glitches.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those where it's better to have and not need it than to need it and not have it scenarios.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone in chat pointing out that getting super early flute, getting the cane, and getting a medallion kind of screams Misery Mire, so if that happens to be quick, then good on you, random chat person.
Well, you do also have to wonder if the mitts are going to show up early at this rate.
That's gonna be the sinker here. We're just gonna have all this fun stuff, and then mitts are gonna be super late into the seed.
And then Mirror can show up, and Moon Pearls and Checkerboard, and all that fun stuff.
We'll just have to see how decent this seed is gonna be to us.
But yeah, looks like everyone's wrapping up Kakariko now. Oh, and GFE is now discovering the flute and probably wishes he had it a minute ago.
Oh, see, that's the trouble of just starting out Sank and heading over to Kakariko. If you get that, one out of however many checks it is for the flute, and it happens to be in Link's house.
So Ashter's giving us our first look at the dam. Just junk so far. Is this our first look at Uncle from GFE?
I believe Taco and Aster went there early.
Okay.
It was either Taco and Aster or Taco and Koi. Yeah, just a whole bunch of nothing. The decent thing, though, is GFE came here with a sword, while the other two didn't have any weapon at all, so he could go ahead and do the front of escape, which it looks like he's doing.
Hey, and would you look at what was flooded outside the dam?
It's hammer time.
So that is definitely a nice early find, and 1/3 of our Dark World access. Ashter also showing that if you collect the bush crab rewards long enough, it gives you a different reward as I think the 7th thing it drops.
Mm-hmm. Very nice bomb placement with those mini mold arms.
And there's our second Dark World access component in the Moon Pearl.
Now, this is a good thing if he wants to do it. Heading into the water area, doing the wonderful fake flippers glitch will allow you to hit up a few locations, namely the Man Under the Bridge and the Zora check. But if you didn't have that Moon Pearl, then you couldn't have done the wonderful Waterfall Fairy.
I'm actually surprised, since he fluted over there, that he didn't do Ice Rod Cave first, since that's actually in logic.
Yeah, that's kind of a gamble. I'll have to see if that actually pays off for him.
Yeah, I mean, having the flute, I'd rather do the in-logic check before the out-of-logic checks.
Oh, he's even passing our wonderful Man Under the Bridge. Ooh. Albeit that's also out of logic, but I can see the idea here. You've got 2 checks here versus the 1 there.
And Taco giving us our first look at Aegina. That's a bit out of the way, though easier with the flute. And the waterfall had Ether and Bugnet.
Now that's also interesting. If our requirement to enter Misery Mire or Turtle Rock is that Ether Medallion, we'll know what's going to be flipper locked.
Now, I wonder about GFE. He has a small key. He has no glove. Is he going to go all the way to the back of Escape, which could be huge if there's a glove back there. Though it's out of logic without a fire source.
I'd say you take the gamble. We still got a few more checks to go before, getting that into logic. And if it's just a lamp, or heck, the fire rod, then yeah, we definitely want to go check this out. Now, unfortunately for Aster, the Zora check did not pan out. It was just a heart piece on the ledge, heart piece from the big fish. Oh, that was a second sword, wasn't that?
I missed it. Where was that?
That is Dark Cross, the GFE's Master
Oh,
Sword.
interesting. So that puts Aga in play if we find a fire source.
Now,
Well,
this is going to
lamp.
be interesting. I was going to say, if it's the lamp, then that's 100% Aga logical play right there. If we find our fire rod, that's not yet quite the Aga play, but it's getting there. Here we go. Koi checking out Ice Rod Cave for us. Aster seeing what's in Sassy's pants closet. It's nothing.
And here's our back of escape look. Just money and a map.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that powder from Ice Rod Cave with the early hammer, Magic Bat is in logic.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, if this is gonna end up being something. Thankfully, Aster is heading back in that direction. I'm glad he's not gonna be orphaning this, because if it is something, then man, that was a dodged bullet.
Yeah, I mean, when hammer and powder are both sphere 1, you do really have to wonder about if Magic Bat's gonna have something. Could be a glove.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're practically down to Magic Bat and Eastern for our leftover checks, and
Did,
we're either gonna
did,
find a Fire Rod or...
did we see what was in Spec Rock?
Oh no, we haven't seen what's on Spec Rock. I forgot we've got the flute. No one's bothered to go up there.
Yeah, well, I think it was maybe Taco who rescued the old man, but then didn't check Spec Rock. Maybe it was Ashter. I can't even remember. And
Woo!
that did look like a glove. Hard for me to see with that resolution.
That is excellent. Now, this is going to be a funny thing. You notice that Aster doesn't have any magic in his meter, but he's got the cane. Who wants to see the fake powder?
Yes, the fake real powder, the real fake powder.
Funniest thing, it will still work even if you have the powder. You just have to have cane.
Yeah, usually you're more likely to see that, at the top of GT, runners out of magic needs a powder anti-fairy to get a health refill.
Oh, we're getting a map check from Koi. We are getting the green pendant on ice and our other pendant on Turtle Rock. And I believe the 5-6 was Skullwood's Thieves Town.
Yep, that's what I saw.
So that's good. We don't have to worry about Turtle Rock more than likely. And if we've got a reduced crystals, at least, one of the two is going to be less than 6, if not both. Then we don't got to worry about Mizrameyer.
And with where Koi is, he can getting the best meringue there in Hype Cave. He can dart right over to the pyramid and see what the Ganon requirement is.
Because that's the nice thing about these randomized type of end goals. They will let you know what is required. You just got to go read the sign.
And it looks like that's what he's doing, because this is way too early for a pod play.
And I gotta say, props to Taco for doing that awesome setup with our wonderful fishy friend. I don't see a lot of people taking the time to actually go behind Zora to get his attention. But this way you don't accidentally grab the item and lose your water walking.
Ooh, blue mail on Pyramid Ledge.
That's gonna be pretty good. Let's see.
Oh! 0 crystal Ganon requirement.
Oh no.
So this completely just depends on being able to get into GT.
So it begins. Do you finish Crystal Dungeons in the hopes of just finding items, or do you rush that GT access and check it as soon as you can? Because we're just missing Mirror or Hookshot and that Titan's Mitts to go check it out.
Absolutely. I think especially given the number of checks on Death Mountain to begin with, I think if you get the mitts and either the mirror or the hookshot, you want to make the Death Mountain play.
This is just going to be exciting to see where we go, because we've got enough. We can actually check multiple locations. Unfortunately, we can only finish one dungeon at the moment, and that's going to be Thieves Town. But we can enter quite a few and see what it holds for us.
But of course, we will have access to Hera by the time we have access to GT.
Oh, and that's Koi visiting the best friend in the world. It gives him a bow. I love seeing such great items on the catfish, because you go up there once in a blue moon, and if you find something that's progressive, like the bow, chances are that's either going to be silvers or that's going to be orphaned by everybody else.
So, well, it looks like Azur's doing the play too, and that, of course, makes Eastern and Pod clearable. Not launch without a fire source, probably the lamp, but these runners do dark rooms.
And that's 8 items altogether, so that's not bad, especially since that is 2 crystals as well.
And here's GFE finally making the powder play. He's a bit behind because he actually did escape, but on the flip side, that means he has Master Sword while everyone else has Fighter Sword.
And depending on where the other sword is, most people will probably be stuck on Master Sword, where GFE may get tempered.
Yeah, and if we're silverless, Tempered versus Master makes a huge difference on Ganon.
Oh yeah.
So Koi into Pod with, Eastern, with Azure making the Pod play.
See, I always think this is going to be a gamble. Do you go into Pod and hope for the mirror, or do you go into Eastern and just go into the logical order of finishing Light World to Dark World?
I do the latter just because, there are so many places Mirror could still be. Like, if you're running out of checks, that's different, but we've hardly scratched the surface of the Dark World. So let's see if Taco and GFE follow the full progression and get their bows the same way Azure and Koi did.
Getting dungeon items on both sides of the left screen. And it does look like Taco's heading up there.
Good move. I have to imagine GFE will as well, because, when else are you going to do Catfish?
Oh yeah, he's going to be heading up there shortly. Oh, and that was our first item for Koi in Eastern, just rupees. But we got that big key, so maybe something in the big chest? Yeah.
So now do you do the 50-50?
I do.
Looks like Koi is hedging his bets.
I mean, that's a good thing for early on, because, yeah, this is such an intriguing scenario when we know it's 0 for Ganon. We don't know what it is for GT. It's like, you gotta play it safe, in a sense.
You want to grab a few crystals before you go up there. In any case, you can't go up there. But ideally, you'll have at least 2 or 3, so there's some moderate chance to unlock.
Exactly. That and I just like clowning around, so I would definitely take that gamble.
And by the way, we should note when we say random, we mean equal likelihood of every number from 0 to 7.
Very true. Now, I will say to defend myself with the logic behind it, Big Key Chest is always going to be logically locked by Lamp. Armos is locked just by a fire source, so...
And your gamble would have paid off. So I caught so getting the map.
Of course, if I were doing that on a different seed, it would, like, fail miserably. Getting a very convenient full potion refill for Asder. Oh! There be our flippers!
Oh.
We got our flips over in Pod.
Pod is useful. Still ways from being able to do Swamp, which is probably not a bad thing.
Oh, yeah. But the nice thing, at least, is it makes sure that that Ether is now in Logic. So if we get our Mitts and Myers Ether locked, we're fine.
And Koi giving us our first boss fight of the game.
Beautiful quick kill. Absolutely beautiful.
So, item-wise, Eastern had junk, but a crystal's a crystal.
Oh, I'm intrigued. We saw Taco go up to Catfish. He did grab that bow, right?
I have to imagine so.
Okay, good.
That's gotta just be a tracker issue, because that would be crazy to walk that way and not take the bow.
Oh, yeah. I figure every now and then that tracker's going to eat an input or two. But in terms of where Taco is going, this is intriguing. Instead of going for the crystal dungeons that he can complete, he went straight over to Skull Woods.
Yeah, which only has 2 items. And you don't even know if you can get the second, and the first one was a piece of heart we saw.
Mm-hmm. Now, he could just be hedging the bet that there's going to be something in the Village of Outcast area. Since he can full clear Thieves Town, that's 7 items. Which ain't bad. But...
By the way, since we were mentioning trackers, I would like to shout them out, Lady Laura, Linda, and Robs, both very regular trackers for these daily races, so we're glad to have them. Oh, and there is the hook shot.
Oh boy!
In the front of Skull Woods as our second item.
Oh, goodness. Okay, that is a heck of a gamble. But, you know, I've had people, even myself, argue that the front of Skull Woods is practically an overworld check, so it paid off for Taco.
Yeah. And, I mean, for all we know, the fire rod is on East Death Mountain, and we're going to have to get it via the hook shot.
Yeah, that's fantastic, honestly. Because Taco's just going to be mitts away from being able to find out what's up there. And someone in chat is pointing out, you know, that hookshot right there, yeah, that's good. It's kind of needed for GT. Unless you're a filthy, filthy hover.
And just to recap, as people seem to be joining chat, we had quite the start with Hammer and Moonpearl being Sphere 1, and so was Powder, and Glove was on Magic Bat, and Flute was in Link's house, and we just had all this stuff right out of the gate.
Oh, and we did find out that Ganon is 0 crystal requirement, so we're just itching to see what GT is.
Hey, and here's Koi in Skullwood, so he's going to be happy with that hook shot.
Oh, yes. Now, nothing so far popping up in the Village of Outcasts, but I can guarantee you Taco's going to head into Thieves Town and figure out what's going on in there. Oh, never mind. There's our mitts.
Okay. Mountain play?
Oh, good lord. Yeah, he's noping straight out. He's just gonna go right up the mountain.
Wow. And Taco doesn't even have any crystals.
Oh, goodness gracious. If this is also a 0 GT, then I'm rooting for Taco. I want this to be like a sub 50 for him. He just needs to find that second sword. Yep, and it looks like Taco is doing that wonderful mountain play. Grabbing the old man first, leading him back so he has... Or, sorry, they have that save spot. Now, here's the fun thing. If it is 0-0, we still need a fire source of some kind.
Yeah, gotta light the torches upstairs.
Unfortunately, we don't get Deku sticks in this one, so we're gonna need something.
So I wonder how Koi's gonna react once he gets his mitts.
Oh, same thing. I guarantee you it's gonna be an instant save quit and go up the mountain.
And we apologize, the tracking app is being laggy today.
Oh no, he's doing Thieves Town first. Oh, that's half magic in Spec Rock.
Oh, that would have been nice if someone had checked it sooner.
All right, this is perfectly fine now. Like, one of the biggest things that you have to worry about when you first come into this game, even for moderate runners, is Master Sword Silverless without half magic. It's a pain, because if you don't have potions, you have to be real careful with your either Fire Rod shots or your Lamp shots. Half magic makes it a breeze.
And they're GFE's flippers.
Oh!
Is that
Koi!
fire or ice? It
That
is.
was... I am almost certain that was Fire Rod. I'm like 95% sure that was Fire Rod. I'm gonna check out his stream, just make sure.
Yeah, I think it was fire. I saw it come by again on the restream. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh man, that means when he gets the mitts. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, and Koi's gonna have 2 crystals under his belt, so that means there's a 3/8 chance that he'll be able to just go right into GT if he decides to go up the mountain.
Yep. He will be set. This has been pretty dang intriguing all around.
Nice ether strats by Taco and Paradox Cave there. Though, with a hook shot, you usually... I mean, I guess with half magic it doesn't matter, just most runners with a hook shot would probably just hook shot the mini-mole ones.
There's just something a little satisfying about using that ether medallion on those mold arms. Alright, Koi's got red mail and what is that? 8 hearts? I think he is set for Ganon damage.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking without the mirror, you probably want to do Hera first. But
That
Taco's
would be a
not
safe
doing
bet.
that.
I think he's just gambling since he doesn't have any crystals at this point.
Probably figures it's so unlikely. But still, while you're up here, without the mirror, Hera's a bit of a schlep to get to.
Very true.
So, yeah, I can't say I agree with that Spiral Cave play before Hera.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't pay off much, only gave us that single rupee. Now, one thing I actually wonder, because I'm not sure how the logic factors into this, if we end up getting a zero crystal uh, GT entry, is it possible for the lamp to be in GT?
Yeah. Because our Death Mountain access was via flute.
Interesting. So we very well could have lamp sitting right there in, DM room, rando room,
It's
Bob's chest.
possible.
That would be funny. Ooh, I'm not sure if that was intentional on GFE's side or it may have been a death warp.
Yeah, he was in the Dark Maze vicinity. I think it was a Death Warp.
Okay, cool. Ooh.
And TR is Ether, so we can enter. We have the Cane. Of course, with the Fire Rod from Thieves Town, we could actually do all of TR except for Trinex. But it is also a pendant.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I think Taco, they're just going on the I think they're gambling at this point.
Taco's doing pendant TR but skipped Hera.
Yeah. I mean, it's one chest to figure out how deep you can go down this rabbit hole, so maybe that's it. It's just for the memes.
But
Oh,
by the
good
way,
lord.
at what point did Ashdar bail from Pod? Because I don't remember him doing Helma King. I don't remember him going all the way like GFE now is.
I believe it was pretty much clearing everything except for going back to Helmazor.
Okay, which I don't know if he just doesn't like doing that without a fire source because it is kind of annoying when you get to the Terrapin room or what.
Yeah, I don't blame him. That Terrapin is just the biggest annoyance if you don't have the fire rod or the lamp. I mean, yeah, if you've got hammer and say like Bombos, it's easier, but still. Oh goodness gracious, 2 small keys.
Yeah, so you can progress in TR without the fire rod if it's keys all the way down. So if the big key is now vanilla, we can get to Laser Bridge.
The most annoying, I'd say, setup for key layout in this dungeon is to have, say, a map or a compass and one normal item on the right side, with the key layouts all the way through everywhere else. Now, something that Chad just pointed out that is very intriguing here. Koi has Titan's Mitts, Fire Rod, and Hookshot, and decided to go check out Stumpy first. Is this save and quit going to be a play to go up the mountain? And it is.
No, he's taking out the flute. Oh my!
Oh no! Oh no!
That wow.
Good lord!
Sorry, there was a mirror in Turtle Rock Big Chest. For those of you who didn't see it, I'm just struck speechless.
And the fact that Taco, they're not bothering to go check Mimic Cave, that is just... I am flabbergasted.
Yeah, that's also a bit weird. Like, you find the mirror in TR Big Chest, you check Mimic Cave, because when the heck are you otherwise going to be there?
Now, in their defense...
Probably was just on autopilot, is my guess.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looked like they were on autopilot, and that's the Master Sword. And the... What the... What is going on?
Ganon care package?
Good lord. This scene, holy cow.
So, if Taco can get into GT on 0 crystals, and here's where they may regret not getting any crystals, because if it's like 1 or 2 or 3, then that's stuff we have access to.
If it is 1, I am going to just lose it. Seriously, Taco's gonna read that freaking sign, and it's gonna be like 1 to enter GT, and they're gonna whip out that mirror and then go climb up that mountain and whoop Moldorm.
Oh, but Taco has the mirror now, so it's all good. Wait, Taco,
Mhm.
you can't mirror here to get past the Lionels because you need to read the sign.
Invincibility frames are the best frames. Oh,
Oh
thank God.
no! No!
Oh, man. Well, welcome to a normal random game of Open 7-7.
Wow, that's just unfortunate.
That is the rudest thing in the world. Now, here's the thing real quick. Let's roll through the information that we have. We know where the fire rod is. We have the hook shot. We know where the mirror is. Unless Meyer is Bombos, we can quite literally finish the seed.
Okay, so we're in no mode. We're in
Yeah, we're
2/3
in
no
no mode.
mode.
Unfortunately for the runners, they don't know that yet, and they probably will not like it when they get that information. Now, here comes the fun part. Looking at what items we have. Taco is getting his first crystal in Hera right now. Needs to go back to Thieves Town for that fire rod, and needs to go get the flippers out of Pod. Thankfully, both are crystals, so that's going to be a no-brainer. It just depends on whether or not they go there, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting is all of our other runners will need that mirror out of Turtle Rock.
Now, I hope Koi goes into Turtle Rock because... Oh, no! Koi never went and did the fake flipper stuff! He doesn't have ether!
Oh!
Oh, no!
That could be a problem for him.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is such an odd circumstance to be in right now. Koi was probably the best situation to get everything necessary to finish the game if he had that ether medallion. But because we don't have it, his only hope is that Meyer is also ether. Otherwise, he's going to do everything else searching for that mirror.
Yeah, and then the question is, like, are GFE and Azure, when they get up there, going to want to dip Pendant TR as deep as the big chest?
That's the tricky part. I don't think they would think that would be a wise idea. But since they've got the fire rod along with it, maybe they will be like, hey, let's go check it out just in case. Especially when they read that it's a 7 to enter a GT and they're like, well, we still got stuff. I wish I was watching Koi's stream right now just so I could hear what was his reaction to that. I don't know how animated he gets with his reactions, but I can guarantee you his chat's probably going crazy over that.
Yeah.
Now, Aster, I'd say Aster is doing the wise thing right now, and I think GFE may be following suit. Even though he's got everything to go up the mountain and check, he's still crystal farming. Which is going to save him, because we know that it's a 7. He don't. Ah, good. Taco is heading over to the eastern area, so they're gonna whip out both eastern and pod lickety-split. grab that flipper so that way they can go ahead and go to our wonderful swampy palace. And follow up on chat, I agree full-heartedly. Taco, they've got a fantastic lead with everything that they're doing just because of that mirror. You would not believe how much time having that mirror helps you. Now, losing Kiki, of course, is not exactly a good thing, but it's alright. They're rolling in the cash. They got money. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Aster didn't check the pinball room and left hookshot. Whew. And Quake for Misery Mire. Okay. See, this is where things are going to be very, very bad for Koi. If Koi don't get that ether and decides to waste more time in Mire, then it's just gonna be like,
But meanwhile, GFE has not gone into Skull Woods, and
Ooh?
well, he now has the fire rod, so he has no reason to keep avoiding it. So he will get his
Yeah.
hook shot, and Mirror is locked behind the hook shot, so definitely need the hook shot to get to East Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain.
I feel bad for Aster because I think he mistracked. He left that hook shot in the front of Skull Woods.
Really? Oh, he's predominantly an SMZ3 player, and I believe that's always a small key in SMZ3 still in Pinball Room.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that whenever I'm doing anything that's non-entrance related. I'm like, oh wait, that's right, this isn't a small key always.
Yeah, so that could easily be force of habit that he just assumes the Pinball Room's a small key. Which unfortunately puts both of our left side runners in kind of difficult positions.
Yepers. Now the sad part, I don't see Koi going back up the mountain until we've got... Well, I take that back. He still needs to take out Hera. I don't see him going back up the mountain until Skullwoods, Misery Mire, and Pod are done. And I think he's going to go ahead and full clear all of that. Which, thankfully, Skullwoods is not going to be that bad. He's already got the... Well, he's got both items, so it's just kill him off. Mire's not terrible. And he's finishing up Pod right now, so...
Ooh! Look what Aster just pulled out. I mean, I guess we don't really need the Ice Rod, but maybe that'll get him back into TR. I don't know. Well, no, he hasn't been to TR. Sorry, it's Koi who needs to go back there. Aster needs the hook shot to get there.
I think that's going to push Aster towards TR. That is good. That could save him for the mirror. And now that he's out of Fire Rod, he's heading back to the wonderful Helmosaur King.
Yeah, pointing out that the Ice Rod could be required. It could, you know, Meyer could be Bombos with Bombos on Trinex or on Ped for that matter. Or we could have Boots on Trinex or Ped and GT Big Key on Torch.
Now, unfortunately, Meyer was already checked. It is the Quake medallion, but what you said about the Boots still could be in action.
The prediction.
Yeah. Nice! GFE's taken down our wonderful Mothula.
Okay, so really the only way we're not in no mode now is if GT Big Key is on the torch.
Yepers. I love the pseudo sync that we've got on our left side. Since Aster's already cleared out all of Pod except for the boss, he's just heading right on back there.
And GFE, it looks like, is doing Skullwoods back to front, so he should get that hook shot. No? Wait.
Oh, no.
Did GFE just go mode Skullwoods?
Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, goodness gracious.
So now we have two runners who didn't get their hook shot out of Skullwoods despite beating Skullwoods.
Who loves weird seeds? I love weird seeds.
Yeah, who would have thought? Taco's unorthodox plays are so far paying off. They really just need to go into Thieves Town.
Mm-hmm. Just goes to show that random routes can lead to rando wins.
I mean, there's even, like, basically a meme about progression in the front of Skullwoods, and it's getting no love from the top two runners.
Now, I will say, in GFE's defense, on his tracker, it does show there's still one item in Skullwoods still left. But I'm just wondering, why leave it? I mean, unless he thinks he can just hover without the boots, or he's going to attempt a Moldorm bounce, thinking, it's not going to be a 7 GT crystal entry.
Yeah, but either way, he has to get to GT.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to do that without that hook shot.
Some of the gambles all around have just been nuts. Taco's gambles have been leading them to the right locations at the weirdest times, where the others are just like, oh, I'm gonna gamble this, and it's not paying off.
And of course, if this had been like a low crystal count for GT, that this would have been, an amazingly quick seed that would have gone to whoever could have put that all together first.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, it's one of those weird things where this is going to be anyone's race. Whoever is the last to put the puzzle pieces together gets to win. Oh, thank God. Koi is going to get that either. Now, Koi, go up the mountain. Go up the mountain, Koi. Go back up the mountain.
I mean, he had to do Sora first, but I mean, Pendant TR, I don't know. You see that ether, are you really thinking Pendant TR now?
Yeah, I mean, he's still got so much more to do. You can finish up Skullwoods, you can do Misery Mire, you can do Hera. I figure Koi is most likely going to go ahead and complete those crystal dungeons first, and then, once finding Mirror Ain't Nowhere, then pop over and do Turtle Rock.
GFE is doing Spike Cave? After turning down the half magic, though he doesn't have an invincibility item regardless.
I believe he still has that blue potion. Oh, yeah, he's good.
I'm just saying he's cheesing it out of logic rather than, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is an interesting thing for Aster. It didn't dawn on me. It was like, oh, he's doing nice. Okay, cool. Wait. That's the green pendant. We all know this is gonna be fruitless, because the only decent thing he could find in here is the silvers or another sword. Or boots. But so far, it's a whole bunch of nothing. So welcome, y'all, if you're just now tuning in. We're 50 minutes into this wonderful open random crystal. And what does that mean? It means that we're in open mode, but instead of a 7-7, we have randomized crystals. Unfortunately, we know that it's 0 to get to Ganon, but it's required to get to PT, which is 7. Also, Aster found the boots. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, alright. This seed just keeps on giving. Yeah, we're 100% in no mode. There's nothing that this seed can throw at us now that we won't be prepared for. And Koi is over in Misery Mire, as I suspected. He's going to go ahead and finish this up, find nothing. He's kind of sad about it, but hey, that's another crystal. Thankfully, he's got the hook shot that the other top two runners here, Aster and GFE, decided to orphan in the front of Skullwood. GFE, you have no way of getting in there. Okay, thank you. You kind of need either the boots or the hook shot to get into Misery Mire, and since you don't got neither, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, no, I think Asder and GFE have to get funneled to the hook shot sooner rather than later just because they're locked out of so many places. The hook shot's locking the mirror, as we just said, they don't have boots to get into Mire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, Asder just found the boots in Ice Palace, Freezer chest.
And I guess GFE will as well, so...
Uh-huh.
Hello, full clear Mire.
This is just nutso. I am fully expecting GT Big Key to be on the torch now.
Hey, there's our fourth sword in library, only it's Asder's second sword. For those of you keeping track at home, GFE's Master Sword was from Dark Cross, and Tacos and Koi's Master Sword was from Super Bunny Cave.
What is with this game? Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so GFE is going to get tempered, no problem. Maybe getting butter. Just depending on if he decides to get the one off the library.
I mean, this isn't bad for, you know, an open 7-7 seed. A bit unfortunate that it turned into an open 7-7 seed after seeing the 0 crystal requirement for Ganon.
Yeah, this entire thing has just been so odd. I mean, we even got Bombos out of King's Tomb. There's, like, the only items we haven't seen so far is Cane of Burna, Book of Medora, the Mushroom, and Silvers. That's all we're missing. Oh, of course, bottles, but that's it.
Where was the cape? I see Taco has it, but I don't remember where it was.
That, I believe, was Hera.
Ah. Makes sense.
Yep.
Oh, right, Taco finished Hera, it's just missing from the tracker.
Oh, yeah. He's finished Hera, he's finished Eastern, I think. I believe so, yes. And watch, here's GFE with his wonderful boots. Bada bing! Come on, save and quit, save and quit. Come on, save and quit.
Did Asder save and quit after the boots?
He did.
Ah, okay. No, GFE wants that green pendant.
Maybe he miscounted the items, because he's already found 3.
As I say, he wants the green pendant. Or do you mean the
Oh, he
fact that he's
didn't.
going to Ice Tea Room? Yeah, the fact that he's going to Ice Tea Room leads me to believe he's missing.
Yeah, it's because he was the big key there. Yeah, he didn't flip the switch.
Oh, he didn't flip the switch. Okay. And this is why you flip the switch if you're trying to go mode Ice Palace. Well, not go mode, but think the items might be early.
Those pin getters, dude. Woo!
But yeah, Taco still needs to go to Thieves Town, and it's a little bit surprising they do Meyer before Thieves.
I hope they haven't mismarked anything. Ooh, that was unfortunate. Oh, good. He had a fairy in a bottle. Whew! I thought Koi was just about to lose it there.
And given that we know where everything is, the only possible thing this green pendant could do for GFE is if it gives him silvers, and even then it's not really worth it.
Nah, not when we know that Tempered's in play. Well, he don't.
Well, he must have checked library at some point. He knows there's a sword there.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, he checked the library ledge.
So I would expect him to grab Tempered soon.
Ooh. Alright, Koi. You are up the mountain. You will go finish Hera, and then you will immediately go to Turtle Rock. So, say if I...
And he most likely just needs that mirror for go mode. Oh no, now GFE's doing King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks, and yeah. It's just amazing that these runners, between the four of them, put everything together so quickly, but not a single one of them has managed to hit go mode individually.
See, this is why I enjoy the fact that we have not only talented runners, but runners with ingenuity and integrity. Alright, now let's see... Oh, where's GFE going? He's doing something.
Lumberjack check. It's just a harder heart piece, as I recall.
Yep, big old pile of nothing. Alright, come on. Go back to Skull Woods. You know you wanna.
Nah, turning in the green pendant.
Ah, you silly Billy.
He didn't do an unnecessary cold stare fight for nothing.
You know, I want this to be Silvers. He deserves it.
Yeah, he'll have Butter Sword and Silvers at the rate he's going.
Oh, fairy in a bottle. That's not bad.
Well, we can go for bottle percent.
As he goes to fill it up.
I mean, GFE did check library, didn't he? I think he'd want Tempered before doing any more dungeons.
I am fairly certain he did, but...
I mean, who the heck skips library? I shouldn't say that. As soon as you say that, someone finds a way to skip library.
Yep.
Because a dungeon like Mire, you really want tempered.
Oh yeah, it's a heck of a lot easier. Now, he's got blue potion and a fairy, so honestly, he should be alright safety-wise. But you know, that temper just, makes the world taste good.
So, Ashter is just going to be able to do Spec Rock and Spike Cave here. As Taco, the only runner with a cape before going to Mire, puts that cape to good use.
Koi is going to be disappointed here in about 15 seconds. Let's hope he goes to Turtle Rock. Oh, he's doing something. Don't you float away. Yes! He's heading up. He's heading up. Yeah, buddy.
And
All
here,
right.
Taco goes into Pendant Desert and still hasn't done Thieves Town. I don't get it.
Remember earlier when I was saying something about tracking and all that?
Yeah, I mean, you got the music, you got the little P next to the magic meter.
I also think Taco forgot that, you know, Thieves Town exists.
This is like the old Groucho Marx line. Who you gonna believe, me or your own eyes?
Thankfully for Taco, Desert is super hard boots locked. So they are out of there.
Not telling us that Koi does tend to favor TR plays if he can get in, so...
Oh, thank God.
That will reward him here.
Yeah, because in about a minute or so, he's going to be in go mode.
And hey, this might actually be Taco's Thieves Town play.
Yay! Alright, now it's going to be a race. Who can get to go mode first? It's probably going to be Taco.
Except on the off chance that GT Big Key is on the torch, in which case Koi and Taco are going to have problems.
Oh God, I hope so. I don't typically ask the worst for runners, but please, rando gods, just this once.
But GFE is just about out of checks now. He may finally be funneled back into Skull Woods.
Ooh, Aster is going to go ahead and do the escape sequence here. They're going to get their tempered at least.
Yeah. Long way to go for a tempered.
Oh, wait! A small key and the big key on the right side? This is a god TR! We had...
No, that wasn't a big key on the right side of...
Yeah, that was a big key on the right side of TR. We have two small keys up front, a small key in Chain Chomp. This is a god TR!
Oh, it was TR Lava Chest, not Big Chest, that Taco got the mirror out of. I totally misremembered that.
This is fantastic. Not only is it pendant, it's in a random crystals. You have the best item layout for TR. I love this scene. This is the greatest.
Looks like GFE didn't get Spooky Action Glitch.
Ah, rip Spooky. Now, I wonder...
So Taco must have gotten Fire Rod in the front. It's not on their tracker, but there's no way they didn't get Fire Rod, so they are in go mode.
Yeah. Now, I think Fire Rod was the big key chest, if I want to say. I think it was. Now, the next question. Does Koi mirror out immediately, or does he check Mimic Cave?
I mean, he's in go mode, so... Well, 20 seconds of go mode.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he ain't wasting no time. He's heading out and gonna go do Swamp and then go do Skullwoods. Oh, wait. Someone in chat is pointing this out. Red Mail was right next to Fire Rod. So, hold up. I need to actually check Taka's stream.
Why would you go mode Thieves Town?
Now, I could have reversed them. It could be that the Fire Rod was in the compass chest and the big key chest had the other. Which I think may be the case. Yeah, his tracker is showing. Yeah, we're good.
What's Jiffy? Okay, is this the Skullwoods? It's gotta be. He's out of locations.
Yeah. Unless he wants to do Purple Chest in Frog Turn-In? I don't know. Oh, hey, look, Aster got the Tempered Sword. I think Aster gets some points just for getting Tempered Sword first.
Okay, GFE was gonna go for Smith's Chain and then turned around and decided he'd finish Skullwoods. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, it was just a gamble, I guarantee it.
And looks like Aster's going... No, he's going...
He's going Smith Chain. That's rough, buddy. See, this is why you don't skip easy checks. It's not worth the gamble. The slight hesitation, he's like... Now here's the intriguing part. He's gonna go check and find out that it's a 7 crystal to get into GT. Does he immediately go into TR, or does he finish up Hera first?
I'm thinking he probably does Hera before he does Dark World. Because he doesn't have the mirror right now.
Koi ain't doing nothing, he's just bulldozing like nobody's business. Yep, there's the first turn-in for Aster. Now we're going to take a purple chest and hopefully get rewarded with something good. And what do we got for the purple chest? It's disappointment!
I mean, pretty much anything other than silvers is going to be disappointment at this point.
Oh yeah. I can almost guarantee that they're going to be up in GT. You know, there's only a small part of me that regrets not running this seed because I loved a clown route. And I can guarantee you I would have done the same thing Taco did. I would have gotten everything except for one item like 30 minutes in. It's been like, where do I go now? And see, that's the joy of watching these seeds, though, is that if it turns out to be horrendously terrible, you don't have to suffer through it.
So that is crystal number 6 for Taco and simultaneously crystal number 6 for Koi. That does put Koi a little bit ahead of Taco because he just needs to rush the back of Skull Woods while Taco has to pull the dam and go all the way through Swamp, even if it's a go mode.
Yeah, it's going to be quick for him. I doubt there's going to be any issue. And I figure, yeah, Mothula fight's going to be super, super quick. Now, how does GFE react to seeing this 7 crystal?
So, the thing about GFE is he didn't open TR, and he doesn't have a mirror, so if he wants to open TR, he has to climb the mountain all over again.
Oh no!
He'll get his tempered in Super Bunny Cave, but he's not going into TR anytime soon.
Oh, poor GFE. And Astor did the same thing! Oh, goodness. Now, in their defense, this is 6 item checks versus a pendant dungeon. So
right, but you open it just in case. You know, you're in GFE's case, he used that portal, so he was standing right there. I mean, you're standing on top of TR with the pendant to open it. You open it because you never know.
I thought he just did the same thing that Astor did and just used the southern portal. I didn't realize he did the thing on...
Yeah, GFE used TR portal and then jumped right off the turtle.
He's gonna kick himself for that. He is. Well, there's temperate for GFE, butter for Astor. Ooh, GFE's out. Yeah, he's gonna do so. Nope, he's coming back up the mountain.
He's realizing, oh, yeah, TR, how about that? I mean, he's out of locations.
I mean, you can't get the
interview.
That's true. I mean, with everything that's going on in these guys' head right now, it's like, okay, this is random crystals open seed. We're 70 minutes in. They're like looking at the race time rooms, like nobody is finished. What's going on here? I have missed obviously something crucial. I can guarantee you something's just racking behind their brains, and they're like, well, I screwed up major.
Oh, GFE never even did Paradox Cave?
Yep. Well, this works out better for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite the clown route, but GFE likes to clown, so...
It's gonna be everyone's motto one of these days, just down to clown. Looks like Astor is doing the same. Oh, right. I've been so preoccupied with every other thing going on. We have 7 crystals now. We can actually get into GT.
Oh, yes, and there are numbers appearing in chat. Scruff, would you like to tell our viewers what's going on with these numbers appearing in chat?
Yes, we have this wonderful guessing game called Where is the GT Big Key? We can pick a number between 1 and 22. Those are the chests that are accessible in the GT basement. And if you win, then you win our love and affection.
Okay, chat also reminding us, check 1 or 3 or 7, depending on the routing, will be that torch, and our bottom runners do not have boots.
I love silly things like that. Oh, good. GFE is in TR, so he's going to go ahead and find his mirror momentarily.
Yeah, and then he just needs to go mode swamp and reclimb the mountain. He's not horribly behind, but he's behind. But he does have tempered, and he has boots, and between those 2 things, that might help him catch up to Koi and Taco.
Oh, yeah.
Either of those alone I don't think would be enough, but the 2 of them combined might be.
Boots are always a wonderful thing to have. Makes you go fast. Tempered, kill things faster.
And Koi's going into GT, so we know he's not getting the remaining swords.
Yep.
Right, because the ones he's missing are Library and Dark Cross, and there's Taco's 7th crystal.
All right, the moment of truth. Does he check left just to see? Yep, he's going to check. We're going to find out if we need boots. Do we need boots? What is that, shield?
Just a shield.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're good. We're set.
Burning shield.
That is probably the best sigh of relief I have never heard. Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty intriguing to see how quickly GFE can catch up just by having the extra damage and having the boots. So for everyone's sake of argument, we'll go ahead and time it the moment he grabs Mirror to the moment he hits GT and see how long it takes him to do that.
And of course, Azure's going to be in the same boat.
And here we go. 1:15:24. Alright, I've got to mark that down somewhere. Notepad!
I didn't actually see what time Koi entered GT. But, yeah, the farther back this big key is, the better GFE's chances are of making up time with the Tempered Sword and the boots.
Ooh, silver.
Nice find.
Now, this is another fun thing. Having that be on the left side route is intriguing, because if the big key is in Compass Room, or it's in Bob's chest, most of these players typically do Dark Magician strats.
Wait, did Koi really just do full left?
He did. And yeah, that means that anyone that does DM, they are not going to get silvers.
Unless it's behind Ice Armos, because he just mirrored out of Rando Room, so he's saving Ice Armos for last.
Well, even at that point, anyone that does DM... Well, that's true, yeah.
Oh, it's in Hope Room! No one else is getting silvers.
Nope.
No one else is going to do full left like that!
Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, hold on.
Taco, for example, getting it on their first check. So, Koi, Koi was the first into GT. That's 12 checks for Koi.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And Taco needs the small key before climbing.
Okay, so, shoutouts to Moreguy84 for guessing it correctly with 12.
When the heck is Hope Room 12?
That's something we're definitely going to have to ask him on the interview if he pops in. Goodness gracious.
Well, at least we know where silvers are when Ganon asks everyone else, did you find the silver arrows in my tower?
And like that, Taco has caught up, but because he is Master Sword Silverless, sorry, they are Master Sword Silverless, it's gonna be such a pain in the butt to fight Ganon.
Yeah,
news, though,
I mean,
is that
Master Sword Silvers isn't great.
Nah,
GFE, in fact, has a word or two about Master Sword Silvers.
I gotta actually agree with his opinion. Oh, we'll go ahead and ask him when he gets in so everyone else can hear it. But I kind of agree that it's more painful because you're already in a rhythm with Master Sword Silverless. To do Master Sword Silvers is to kind of like play with your non-dominant hand, and it's like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, well, he once lost a race because he took a Ganon fall on Master Sword Silverless because he just didn't have his rhythm down and off the ledge, and that cost him the race.
That sucks.
But fortunately, GFE won't be playing Master Silvers, he'll be playing Tempered Silverless.
Truthfully, I would rather do.
Well, Tempered Silverless is a lot more common of a setup. I mean, it's the NMG setup.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. Alright, GFE's gotten his last crystal. It's going to be heading back up.
Interestingly, no one's finished yet. I say interestingly because we saw how these runners between them put everything together pretty quickly. So if someone who was racing off stream had managed to put everything together, they would have finished by now. So that means no one in this race put everything together like when they could have.
I gotta give props to GFE, though. He is making some pretty darn quick turnabout for making up time.
Other than not getting the Waffle House drive-through. But Koi, meanwhile, is a couple rooms shy of Moldorm 2 as Taco takes down Landmo 2. Again, Koi had an easier time here with silvers.
And of course, always checking the easy chests, because he don't know where that other sword could be. I mean, he knows there's one in the library, but he don't know where the last one is.
Down goes Moldorm 2 for Koi. Checking the last possession. Oh, yeah, probably for a sword because he doesn't know.
Just getting 20 bucks for his time.
Because Moldorm's last possession has a strange way of being vanilla a lot of the time.
More often than not, it's just going to be disappointment. Alright, 1:21:03.
So that was about a 6 minute. 6 minutes to do that.
That is not bad.
Yeah, and I think with the boots, he can climb the tower a lot faster than Koi or Taco.
Oh, yeah.
He is going left first, so he'll get... It is check number 6, but since there's no small key, he'd have to go left anyway for the small key, so it's not going to cost him that much.
Okay, that was a 3-2-1 for Koi, wasn't it?
I didn't actually catch it.
It looked pretty smooth. That is not bad at all. Ah, thank you, person from chat. It was a 2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1.
Yep, and DM strats for GFE means that he's going to get his big key right now. Meanwhile, Koi gets to start this wonderful long fight of... How many spins? 12 for the first phase.
12 for the second phase, 4 for the third phase, and then about 4 for the last because you have silvers. Hopefully you can land a double in there somewhere.
Ooh, that's some good placement, but unfortunately doesn't get the right movement. My favorite thing when it comes to the Trident phase is when he chucks it at you and you just time your spin perfectly to, like, get stuck in place. So you just get that double hit. It feels so satisfying.
And yeah, as far as our runners on top, GFE should be able to do one-on-one with Tempered, and Azure really should be able to do one-on-one with Butter Sword because it's kind of a joke.
Yeah, there's no strategy with Butter. It's literally just spam the button until he dies.
So there's Azure's 7th crystal. A couple minutes behind GFE. He has Butter Sword. It's not a huge difference at this point in the game, but it is nice to make sure you're quick about things. And Koi is on to phase 3.
Got to slash the pig, he plays hopscotch over the sword, and then 4 tiles disappear because he's fat.
So Koi should have this. I mean, he has half magic, so he's well situated. That's the other thing. GFE and Azure both turned down half magic.
And one more shot, and he should have it. And there we go.
So get your GGs in for Koi.
Slap them GGs in chat.
And he will finish first on the restream and first overall with an official race time of 1:24.26.
I can guarantee you that mirror messed up so many people in this race.
Probably. See if we can get Koi in here for an interview. Though, actually, at this point, with Taco on Gan, and if Koi comes in, let's wait and see if we can get Koi and Taco at the same time. Taco's on phase 2.
And thankfully, that half magic cap strat along with blue potion in the sack is going to make things a heck of a lot easier. Now, unfortunately for Taco, after phase 3, they're going to have to do 24 spins.
Yeah. And I didn't remember this many warps in phase 3.
Are you kidding me? It was so many warps. It was like the most warps I've ever seen. At least 2 dozen warps.
Now you can be glad you did full left because you were the only one of our runners to get silvers, and look at poor Taco having to do 24 spins.
Yeah, I guess it is a time save, silvers over Master Sword Ganon.
Just a bit.
It's like normally I think of it as being like, a minute to 2 minute time loss if I'm being in Hope Room like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how long it takes to do phase 4 Ganon with Master Sword.
Right, and I mean it didn't hurt you on Landmos either.
Oh yeah, that was nice. You can one
smooth.
cycle it with the fire rod though. It's just harder.
Ooh,
Does Taco have a fairy?
I hope. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, so Koi, we were going to discuss, it was unfortunate. All of our other runners fake flippered and had ether early, and you got up to TR. It's a good thing you like doing TR, but I guess you weren't in a fake flipper mood tonight?
I almost never fake flipper.
Okay.
I fake flipper in very specific circumstances where it is maximum convenience. I can absolutely splash delete to the ledge, and I'm trying to avoid Aga. Any other time, I'll just wait for the flippers.
At least they were nice and right there.
What often happens is people will check Waterfall Fairy and maybe look at the ledge and then just Orphan Zora. Some people they're so aggressive with the fake flipper option that they take it on the whole other side of things. That point where you just always fake flipper no matter what. And I like to think of sequence breaking as something that is supposed to make the game more efficient rather than to try to skip items, right?
That is fair.
And I don't think fake flippering is not an efficient way to do the flipper checks.
By the way, GFE already on phase 3 here, thanks to that tempered sword. Yeah, you never got the boots, so you weren't able to get the sword in library.
Yeah.
Care to guess where those boots were?
Somebody in chat already told me there was a free Zora chest in Ice Palace.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I said this to them too. Ice Palace was absolutely a reasonable play versus Turtle Rock. Like, if you get into that situation where you have to choose one or the other, Ice Palace is at least full clearable, and not as many items, I guess, but
well,
basically the same number of items.
You went into Skull Woods. Our top 2 runners did Beadstown first, got the Fire Rod, and then just did Moth and didn't full clear Skull, so it was a while before they got their hook shots.
Oh, that's pretty aggressive before you know how many crystals you need.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised.
You want to play a little aggressive. Maybe not do Mirrorless Smiths or something, but... Like leaving items behind in front of Skull, it seems that's more than I would do.
And get your GGs in for Taco and GFE, exploding Ganon one after another. Taco second on the restream, third overall at 128.59. GFE third on the restream, fourth overall at 129.06. And the only runner who got in between Koi and Taco was Kaede Rukawa at 128.06. So finishes are starting to come in fast and furious, and Asger should be here too in a moment.
I gotta say though, like the hook shot was probably the turning point for my idea of okay, go up the mountain, because it's like, all right, maybe mitts will be up there, but immediately after finding those mitts, just chef's kiss.
And we are joined by GFE, GG.
Hey, GG's.
GG.
You don't
Yeah.
like Front of Skull Woods, do you?
I mean, there wasn't a reasonable way to check it. Like, honestly.
I mean, after you did the back of Skull Woods?
No, that wasn't reasonable to leave out through there. Not
Oh,
when,
I guess, yeah, because you didn't have the mirror, so...
yeah, no mirror, no boots at that point. It's like, it wasn't a reasonable play for me. Like, if there'd been a key in the front, then I'd go ahead and clear the front. But yeah, that hook shot wrecked me. But at least I found the boots.
Right, I mean, and thanks to Boots and Tempered, you very nearly caught up. I mean...
Yeah, I could have pulled out. I could have just barely finished in front of Taco if I'd had a clean phase 4, but it was a little messy.
Well, and Taco and Koi started their GT climbs together. Koi made much better time because he had silvers.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait,
that
wait,
Master
what?
Sword, Silver
Random
Silvers were-
Rush.
Yeah, I did Random Rush. It was in Fire Snakes, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, obviously I feel like an idiot when I find the big key in Hope Room, but I guess it turned out to be a time save because nobody had, or because I didn't have Tempered.
Did anyone else get boots?
Aster did.
Yeah,
Well, the fact that he didn't finish it.
Yeah, Astor did similar to you and took even longer to get the hook shot.
I mean, it made sense from my perspective, especially in this mode. Because, speaking of this mode, I just want to shout out that I called both crystal requirements before the race even started.
Wishing for the worst does not mean that you guess it correctly.
Yeah. I mean, what were you guys thinking when you first saw those 0 crystals for Ganon?
I was thinking it's going to be like 5 to 7 for GT, so I'm going to clear crystals. I was hoping Catfish was going to help make up for the fact that near last located the hook shot, but
Everyone did the same routing because everyone wanted to see the pyramid sign, and then, well, might as well do Catfish.
rather than going to pod.
I was very happy when I saw the bow, because while I will be able to Moldorm Balance eventually, I cannot Mimic Clip to save my life.
Same, exactly the same. I felt the same as you did.
And then when I got the hook shot, then I was like, oh my god, I don't even care if I get last place anymore. This is fine. I'm totally okay with this.
Oh.
I gotta say, if you guys want to watch the restream over, do so at your own risk of sanity.
Yeah.
The routing in this has been a little odd between the 4 of you, but the biggest contender was Taco. Taco's routing, like, I've been told I Giga Clown route a lot. Taco puts me to shame.
Taco just put out Thieves Town. Taco could have been in Go mode so early, but they just did not want to do Thieves Town.
Yeah, Taco would have been in
Wait,
go mode at like 40 minutes in if they did Thieves Town first before climbing the mountain.
You mean they didn't even do Front of Thieves?
Right. And get
Okay.
your GGs in for Astor, by the way. 4th on Restream, 5th overall at 132.59. So
GG.
we got 4 of the top 5 runners here on Restream out of 12 people who entered the race.
That's pretty good.
I'm still confused as to how you left the hook shot behind. Can you explain to me what happened?
Well, I'd already done Pod and Eastern.
Right.
So that's already 2 crystals. I went ahead and did Village first, and did thieves, got all that stuff, and decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and check hammer pegs with these myths, and then I'm going up to Skull Woods. I dipped in the front, got the one item, and then went to the back, and there were just other things open I could do. So walking all the way from the back of Skull Woods to the front, when
What was open though?
I'm trying to think what I had left.
Because I was thinking like, well, I mean, like if you had access to GT, I could totally see that. You go look and see if you're in go mode or not. But
I had the 2 checks on the mountain. I had Myers Shed, potentially Meyer. I had Ice Palace. A lot more than the 1 check in the front of Skull. Now I did feel bad most of the seed of like never checking Stumpy and Dig Game. That felt bad.
Stumpy and Dig Game is why I went to front of Skull before Thieves Town. Because, you do Hype Cave up to Catfish, and now Stumpy and Dig Game are kind of by themselves. So on the West Dark World route, I wanted to start at the top and go down to Stumpy.
Yeah, like in a normal mode, that's probably what I do. But in this mode, I don't know what to do because I don't know what's expected.
My thought was to play it like a completely normal seed until I can check that darn sign.
By the way, we've also been joined here by Taco, who maybe has some words for us about Thieves Town.
What happened, Taco?
GG.
Well, I mean, definitely an interesting seed. I'd say when I got the mitts, I went ahead and just bailed on doing Thieves Town. I kind of wish I would have done that first before going up to check, because I would have found that fire rod, and then it would just been go mode with the flippers from that point, because I would have went south then, because I haven't done any of the dungeons at that point that were crystal yet. I just wanted to make sure I could check that sign on GT first to figure out what to do.
Where was Mitts?
Chess game.
Oh, so you were in Village of Outcasts. You just, when you got the mitts, that was your access to the sign, so you left.
Exactly.
No, that makes sense. I get that.
That wasn't super surprising. I was more surprised that you did Mire and even dipped Desert before going back to Thieves.
It was just one of those things that just happened to be the fire rod was go mode for me at that point, because I had the flippers, and I was like, just checking to make sure.
Now, you guys wanted to ask a quick question. Yes, that's what I was bringing up there. You're routing up the mountain. Why? Why go into TR first before anything else? Was it just because it happened to be Ether and you had it?
Wait, did you go into TR before checking the sign?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and before Hera.
It was just one of those things that I just like, well, let's just take a gamble on it and see what it brings up. Because, I mean, worst case scenarios, I get an item and I have to pull out. And it just happened to be that led me to the mirror.
Were the keys laid out to get you to the mirror?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they were.
That's
crazy. To get you to the mirror and no farther, better yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he had mirror before fire. That's wow.
Yep.
Okay.
See, when I had mitts and hookshot, I also went to the mountain, and I did like Paradox Cave, and then immediately entered the Dark World, skipping Hera, because I wanted to go check the sign. If I'm in go mode, if it's 2 to 4 crystals, and when it's not, I just do Dark Death Mountain and I leave. So when I came back for Hera later, that's why I did Turtle Rock, because I was already in the area over Ice Palace.
Yeah,
but to go into TR before checking the sign, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I mean, I can get opening it, but I don't know about going in before you check. Like when I went up the mountain with my hook shot, I already had 5 crystals and a green pendant, so it was a mess. I just totally skipped Paradox. I did clear Hera because I was thinking the only chance I have is if this is a high crystal requirement. And then after that, went and checked the sign and saw it was 7, and I still need a mirror. So immediately saved and quit and did Paradox into TR.
Super silly seed.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
it should have been
a good
fast
PG
cannon.
version of what the seed should be called.
I do not know who made the preset for open random crystals, but it absolutely should be fast Ganon.
I think that this specific seed shows why, at least in my case, because I'm like, I just want to get to stinking GT, please.
Well,
Thank you.
GFE, you probably would have really zipped through it in that case if it had been fast Ganon, because
As soon
you
as I
had
get
Master
fire
Sword.
on,
So no one else did. Well, Asher did Dark Cross eventually while he was looking for Hookshot.
Dark Cross sword.
Oh, I never went to Front of Escape.
Yeah, there was nothing except that sword.
Well, I would have liked it.
I mean, yeah, it would have been nice since you didn't get. Didn't get your boots in free sword.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, library
Yeah.
sword.
I didn't actually get library sword. I thought about it while I was climbing the mountain, and I was like,
Eh,
I'm
who needs
stupid. I
butter?
should have got library sword, and then Super Bunny had a sword, so I was like, never mind.
Yeah, you got bailed out on that one, but yeah, I figure this point of the race, you're just thinking, all right, get up there, get it done. We'll probably find another sword or silvers. Who cares?
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a sequence break GT to save 30 minutes seed.
Yeah.
I always hate those.
I agree.
Even if you can do it, it still kind of sucks.
This is the fun of this open random crystals.
All right, guys. Well, I have more horrible seeds to play, so I'm gonna dip out. Thanks so much for the restream. And GG's.
GG's to you, Koi. Have fun.
And I will leave as well. Thank y'all for the commentary. Thanks to our trackers today, whoever they happen to be. Let me see here, Robs and Lady Laura Linda. Always appreciate it, and look forward to some more awful seeds in the future.
Well, thank you much.